Okay, so the world is changing. The wind speaks of it, carrying whispers through the trees. The rivers know it, their currents thick with unease. The hunt stirs once more, its shadows stretch long across the land. And so you have all come, drawn by duty, by vengeance, and by honor. Your path has led you to the Whisperwoods, a place where the veil is thin, where the world holds its breath between what was and what will be. Here in the hush of this ancient forest, you gather beneath the twisted boughs of a blackthorn tree, its branches heavy with dying leaves. A small fire crackles, casting restless shadows over the figures who wait. Someone stands before you. She's wrapped in a cloak of woven bramble and silver-threaded mist, her presence both ageless and weary. Her fingers gnarled with time trace patterns in the dirt as she speaks. The Wolf King moves again. Her voice is the rustling of leaves, the low murmur of wind through hollow places. She does not look up, but you feel her eyes upon you all the same. The hunt will not be stopped by steel alone, nor by fire, nor by the old wars we remember. It must be broken at its root before the first howl is loosed upon the wind. A pause. The fire flickers, spitting embers into the cold air. And so you must see. She lifts her hand. A single feather, pale as moonlight, drifts from her fingertips, weightless, suspended in the hush between moments. As it falls, the air shifts. The ground softens beneath you. The world bends. And then the dreams take you. There is no beginning and no end, only a vast and endless stillness like the breath held between heartbeats. You drift through a space not meant for the waking mind, a place where the air is heavy with whispers, where light bends and breaks the reflections on water. The ground beneath you is not earth, not stone, but something softer, something always shifting. It does not hold your weight, yet you do not fall. The silver mist rolls around the expanse, carrying voices that you almost recognize. They call to you, not in words specifically, but in feelings, memories tangled with longing, regrets woven into promise, the scent of old forests, of rain on the wind, of blood and cold steel, all swirl together in a song only half remembered. Then the mist parts. Before you, a great tree stands alone, its bark etched with runes that flicker like dying embers. Its branches stretch beyond sight, entwined with threads of light and shadow. At its base, the same figure waits. They are neither wholly there nor absent, their form shifting between the known and the unknowable. Eyes like distant stars fix upon you, filled with something vast, something ancient. The hunt is stirring, they murmur. The seal is breaking, and you are not beyond its reach. A sudden gust of wind tears through the dream, carrying a scent sharp and metallic, the scent of the hunt. The figure raises their hand, fingers tracing unseen symbols in the air. Wake. The words shatter the stillness. Hell. There was no light, no sound, and no time. Only the endless weight of nothing. And then a whisper, like the wind through old branches. Wake. The witch of the wild's voice pulls you back, your breath returning in a gasp. Cold air floods through your lungs, damp earth presses against your skin, and for the first time in 11 years, you are alive. You awake outside a firelit encampment, hidden behind a tangle of underbrush. Through the haze of returning memory, you see him. The captain of the Wolf's Fangs, Varric. His form illuminated by the flickering flames. His laugh is confident, almost cocky, drinking from a battered metal cup as he speaks with his soldiers. There's a scent of charred wood and old blood fills the air. He is alive. For a moment, the weight of time still lingers, the gap of lost years pressing down on you, and then your hand moves. Instinct guides you toward the weapon at your side. The blade hums in your grip, eager, waiting. This is not a battle. This is an execution. You move like a shadow, slipping through the camp, past the watchful eyes of men who have long since grown complacent. He does not see you. He does not hear you. Not until it's far, far too late. Steel flashes, blood splashes across the dirt. Varric gurgles, clutching his throat, eyes wide, with the recognition of a ghost long returned. His lips part, but no words come. Only the final, shuddering exhale of a man who thought himself beyond consequence. The body hits the ground. Silence follows. You do not wait for the others to react. The hunt does not hesitate. The hunt does not stop. And neither do you. The axe Lupus Mortis is yours again. Thord. The shop has been cold for years. It was supposed to be enough, the quiet life, long days of work, the nights spent staring into the fire, thinking of years gone by. 11 years have passed since you left it all behind, since you buried everything and walked away. But peace is not the same as purpose, and regret does not fade so easily. Then the news came. Lightfeather James, dead. Ale Gladstone, lost. Celeste, unknown. The old world, the old fight, is reduced to nothing but whispers carried by strangers who do not know what was truly lost. You tell yourself it doesn't matter, and yet one night, beneath the silver hush of the stars, a sound pulls you from sleep. A soft scrape on the door as a paper is slid beneath it. There's no knock, there's no footsteps, only the weight of something. You rise, your joints stiff, your bones heavier than you remember. The room is dim, the hearth is long since burned down. You hesitate before reaching for the note, as if some part of you already knows what it will say. The ink is familiar. The signature, impossible. L. Gladstone. I have returned. The Wolf King hunts again. I need your help. The words blur as your grip tightens. 11 years. 11 years of silence broken by a ghost. A call you swore would never be answered. And yet, your feet are already moving. You wake. Tempest. The echoes of battle are not so easily silenced. You stand in the ruins of Thornwood Haven, the place where you and your mercenary friends tore the Dominion's chains apart. The blood of Cole, Garen, and Alara still stain your fists, their bodies long since returned by the earth. The people cheered, the city rose, but there was no celebration now. There was only wind, the cold shadow that clings to you. A voice calls your name, distant yet clear. You turn, and she is there. Elle Gladstone, the champion of Lavoka, but not as she was. She stands among the ruins, her form flickering like candlelight, mist clinging to her armor, her eyes, unbroken, filled with the weight of something beyond death, lock yours. She does not smile. She does not blink. The Wolf King hunts again, she says, her voice carrying across the silence like a funeral bell, and I will not stand alone. You open your mouth to answer the question, but the world shifts. The sky darkens, the air thickens with the scent of wet fur, of hunger, of something coming, and then you see it. The earth trembles beneath your feet as a shadow fills the horizon. Towering vast and unrelenting, a colossus, a titan in the form of the Wolf King, rises above, casting a long shadow over the land. His terrible form reaches towards the heavens, eyes ignited with a fierce intensity, akin to dying stars, flickering into the vast abyss. Below him sprawls an immense wave of wolves, a seemingly infinite tide of fur and fury, their howls merging into a haunting symphony that reverberates through the air. As they surge forward, Their collective presence blots out the sun, casting an eerie twilight upon the land. A cascading torrent of shadows and primal energy rushing down towards you. But Elle does not move. She does not raise her weapon. She only watches. But you were already on the move. To meet it, you wake. The Nameless. The cold bites deep, but it's not the cold of the mountain winds, it's the cold of loss, of shame. You remember Ganzerig as he was known there before he became the Wolf King, a warlord of flesh and blood. Not yet the legend that he would become. You remember the march of his cult as it swallowed the tribes one by one, breaking them, bending them, turning them into something else. And you remember running. Your people, once proud, are now gone. The names lost, unspoken, or devoured by the hunt. And in your dreams, that shame follows you like a spectre. Then, the path shifts. You are no longer in the far north. You stand upon a battlefield, and you are alone. Hundreds of wolves lie at your feet, their bodies broken, their howls silenced. Your weapon is shattered, little more than jagged steel clutched in a bloodied fist. And through the mist, stepping over the fallen, comes another. Elaine Valaith, the blood-bound queen, the storm that walks, the last of the Skyforged. Her eyes gleamed like molten gold, her form draped in furs and the battle-worn armor, her every step heavy as the storm she commands. She does not hesitate. You fought once, she murmurs, voice like distant thunder, and then you ran. She lifts her hands, fingers curling into a fist. You have no name here, she says. No past. Only what you take back in blood. Then, the sky shatters. The clouds twist into a form of a wolf's maw, jaws yawning wide and a storm crashing down upon you. The hunt has come, but you are not afraid. You wake. The wind shifts, the dream fades, but the echoes remain. Lingering just beyond reach, the mist thins, and suddenly the world is solid once more. The weight of your body returns, the scent of damp earth and rotting leaves. The rhythmic sound of boots upon dirt reaching your ears. You realize you stood, walking. The whisperwood stretch around you, towering trees looming overhead, their gnarled limbs forming a tangled canopy that swallows the sky. The path ahead is faint, half lost beneath creeping ivy and twisted roots. The mist clings to your skin, thick and unnatural. You don't remember how you all set out. You do recall speaking, deciding, and agreeing, but here you are. And ahead, past the veil of trees, you hear a sound. What would you like to do?
I would like to know if I can understand what that sound might be from. As I look to my companions, did you hear that? Something ahead.
Yeah, I heard that. Do you know what it is?
Does anyone like perception checks maybe, or
22.
That would be a good start, wouldn't it?
22? 22.
11.
11?
14.
14?
Natural 20. 22.
Natural
Oh,
20,
yeah.
22, okay. So Thord and Elle, you hear a sound of a flute playing. Soft and sort of gentle tune.
Now, under any other circumstances, I would be very drawn to such beautiful music, but that is creepy as hell.
What is it? I can't make it out.
Sound of a flute. Is that it, Elle? A flute or...
Sounds like a flute to me. And as she says that, she's walking forward.
With a 22, Thord, you look down at your hands and you see they're covered in ink. And then
What?
you blink a couple of times and the ink's gone.
Just kind of stand there, maybe perplexed as Fenric kind of bumps into me, thinking that we're all walking forward, and I'm just kind of like motionless.
Are you okay?
I think so, but be wary. I believe this place will play tricks on our minds at every chance.
It's not the mind
And
that's
what did you roll,
bothering
El, with your perception check? Sorry,
I rolled a natural 20, so I had 22.
20, natural 20. As you look around and look down, you start to see a trail of blood coming from your weapon.
Hmm.
And then
That'll give
you
me
glance
pause.
again and it's gone. And it's gone after the second look.
Well, if there's nothing I love more than a creepy wood, it's a creepy wood that's going to play mind tricks on you.
If we just stay focused on the goal, it's not going to mess with us. We're here
Yeah.
together. Let's move forward.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Don't pay any attention to any of this weird stuff. It's not real.
Tempest, what did you roll for your perception?
A whole 11.
11. It's good enough.
Oh.
As you're walking, every so often you hear a wolf howl in the distance and then fade away. And then further on, another wolf howl in distance and fade away.
I'm going to make an assumption here and say that none of you can hear that wolf that's like miles away.
Do we?
I don't
Do
know.
we?
No, but do we
Yeah,
all
it's
hear the
just an
flute
eerie
playing?
silence. You all can hear the flute playing.
Is the-
That's probably
What do you think, Fenric?
it's probably some lost bard. Hello? Hello? Just shout
Is that a
out.
tune we recognize at all? You know?
As you see out the corner of your eye, you see somebody standing in the woods in your peripheral vision. A giantess, about 8-9 foot tall, covered in tattoos and furs. But every time you turn your head, she always remains in your peripheral vision, wherever you look.
Oh.
For some reason, everyone sees Fenric kind of like spinning in a circle for a bit. Is it? Yeah, we should stay focused on the mission. Yeah.
Just keep your eyes on the back of my head, and I will continue forward.
Okay.
It's more like on the top because Fenric's super tall.
On the top of my top back crown.
His hand is so big I can't reach. I can't actually. I'll just hold on to your robe.
So are you all continue on down the road following this sound? Okay.
Mhm.
So as you round the bend of this road, the mist is kind of on the ground. It's kind of late evening. You're not sure why you decided to set off at this time, nor where you were slightly before this, but you've been on the road for a few hours now. You see a flickering campfire that comes into view. Its gentle flames dancing around, and seated before it is a solitary figure, cloaked in a patchwork cloak, his boots well worn, hood up. He looks fairly weathered. You can see there's like a peak of a sort of grey beard coming out from the hood as he's playing his flute. He has a staff that's kind of sat next to him. Does anyone want to make any
guys
checks
see
or
that
sort
as
or
well?
anything before you? Sorry, go on.
Are you not seeing this as well, or am I just going insane again?
No, let's see this.
No.
one time.
Okay, good.
Be it friend or foe. Have you seen one of these creatures before, El?
This is. I don't think so. I'm gonna yell out, "Who might you be?"
Flute playing just stops, And then you hear like an owl make a noise. And as you look up in the trees, right near him is an owl about 3 foot tall.
Jeez.
Like just white, snow white with big sort of amber eyes. Just turn its head and look in your direction.
Owl. You guys, it's an owl, a white owl.
We all see that owl, right? That 3-foot owl,
You
right?
do?
I don't.
Yeah.
It looked hard to miss him, to be honest.
Okay, I just didn't know if. Hey, girly. Hey, like she's trying to get their attention.
Ella's
You see
gonna
the
move forward,
Go on.
not like in a defensive stance whatsoever. She believes the owl to be a good thing. And you can see
you
that
see
in
the
the way
figure
she
sort of
goes forward.
turns his head towards you. It's like it can't be. There's no chance. El Gladstone, no. I don't believe it.
You know me?
I should think so. I know you. Your name carries weight in places that around here that feet have not yet walked, and your name is written in parts of the story that you've yet to step into. This is it. I can't believe it. He stands up. You see, he's like about sort of 5'10", very hunched shoulders. You can tell he's a very sort of thin figure, sort of long, sort of grey, scraggly beard. You're the daughter of George and Marjorie. I know your parents.
You know my parents? Are
Yeah.
they alive?
Well, who else is there with you?
This is
He sort of grabs his. It goes to. He's like put his hand on his staff, and he's just like,
this is Thord. I don't know if you know him. If you know me, maybe you do. Back here, Tempest, and I think we call him the Beef. Is this Fenric?
Hey, girly.
We haven't-
Hey, girly. Still mess with the owl.
Can Fenric give me just like an animal handling check, just to see, just out of curiosity?
That's a 21. I want that owl.
21. Cool.
Ooh.
The owl hasn't moved. It has locked eyes with you specifically. It has not moved. It's staring at you. But you get a feeling of like this owl is not acting owl-like. This owl is staring at me as if like somebody is watching me. Like it's a very unnerving sort of feeling. Everywhere you move, its eyes follow you. Doesn't look at anybody else. It's just following you, and that's it. It doesn't want to come to you. Doesn't want to move from its place. It's just watching. These amber eyes are just like trained on you.
I can feel Henrik and Hilda just trembling beneath my cloaks.
Do you want to gather by my fire? And I've got a bit of stew left and some bread if you want. Join in.
Of course, but I feel that we're at a bit of a disadvantage here.
And
Who-
Why?
we're on a bit of an urgent quest, are we not?
We are. But who?
Oh,
But
Really?
how far are we gonna continue to go if we don't have a few provisions? We don't have to stay for long. But I do feel like some
Is that-
food might.
Is that stew? Nice. Just sits down.
yeah. I mean, please. I mean, your parents were heroes.
I haven't heard a
I don't
lot
know
of
whether
stuff
or
in a couple of years.
I mean,
Why is it past
I mean,
tense?
heroes. War doesn't make heroes, child. It makes survivors, and those were the best survivors to bear the weight. They became something more. Like icons, standard bearers for the cause. I mean, your father George, he was a shield to his people. He protected them. And your mother, you know, she was feisty. She was a blade to cut away the darkness, and you were their hope. I'm so glad to see you're alive.
I can be their hope again. We all can. We're on them.
They were good. They were good people. They were good people.
You keep using that in the past tense. Why? Do you not know where they are now?
I haven't seen them for about 5 years. Since the well, I don't quite remember where I was.
Since the what?
Regardless. Anyway, my name's Wendell. I was one of the elders in Lavoka.
When he says that, do we recognize him? I recognize the name.
Make some history checks if you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tempest's gonna like go to the beef and just go. I think you've made a friend there, and points at the owl.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, they won't come down.
12.
I don't know why.
Okay. Sword, you have a feeling you met some of the elders back in Lavoka, but you can't quite remember if any of them were named Wendell. But he speaks with like a familiarity that's a little too good. So, please tuck in, have some stew, have some bread. I haven't got much, but what's mine is yours.
Not before anybody tries. Let me try some first, just in case. Not that I don't trust you, Mr. Wendell, but you know, strangers and everything and stuff. So Tempest's gonna have a little bit of this stew, if that's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely fine.
And is everything okay?
Absolutely fine. Nice, tasty stew. It's made with lamb, and it's got some potatoes in it, so you can tell it's a very sort of cheaply made stew. It's not got the beef or anything else like that. It's just he's got some lamb and he's chucked it in with some other vegetables and stuff. So it'll do for a traveling stew.
But there's nothing dodgy.
Nope.
She's not
nothing.
feeling unwell or anything like that.
Nope. Absolutely fine. You're feeling as if it's warmed your stomach for a nice little spoonful.
Cool. Okay, lads, we're all okay. It is just stew, and it's pretty good as well, actually. Wendell, you're a pretty good chef, you are.
Well, I've been on the road a few years, so I have to learn to knock something up on the go. So please dig in. What about you, big man? Are you going to take a taste?
Yes. It just kind of like gets so hungry.
He looks back to Thord. Yes, Master Dwarf.
How do you come by this road here in your travels? Where are you headed? Where have you come from? Why are you alone in these dangerous woods? I'm here. I'm just wandering, trying to find people like you, in fact, survivors. I have to pass on a message. Let's hear this message.
You could, lead with that, or at least bring it a little bit closer to the beginning of what you're going to say. That seemed important.
Well, I didn't know it was the fabulous El Gladstone before us that had turned up here. I mean, I can't believe it. I thought, he looks around, he's like, people thought you were dead. I thought you were dead.
Verdict's still out on that.
It's amazing. Anyway, well, you've obviously heard that the hunt stirs again.
Yes.
The Wolf King is in the woods.
Yes.
The wind carries the scent of blood and the echoes of a beast that has slept far too long. Now I have an important message, and I was hoping for someone obviously of your stature to arrive. I was told I wouldn't know who it would be, but I would have a very nice reprieve when they did. There is an elf, a twilight elf. His name's Norin. He's waiting on the edge of the hollow veil. He has something of interest, actually. He's uncovered something the Wolf King's followers would rather keep buried. And so they hunt him, seeking to snuff out this information before it can guide us to our path. You see his hand sort of tighten around his staff for a moment as he looks off into the woods, looking for something just beyond the tree line. Fate has put you all on this path, whether you sought it or not. But I've got something for you. And he reaches into his cloak and he pulls out like a regular owl's feather. He hands it out to UL, and he goes, "For remembrance."
I'll take it.
Good. So, will you seek this elf? He has important information.
Yes, of course we will. Anything we can do. Keep
Good.
the Wolf King from being even bigger. I mean, he's not going to get any bigger. He's going to get smaller, in fact. If we have anything to say about it.
There is rumors he's after something very important. There's it's been many centuries now. There is something in the ruins of the old Elven Empire that he wants, deep, deep underground. It's called the Veil Forged Seal, and there's a power that holds it in place, that if he gets his claws into it, will make him immortal. And we fear that Norin has discovered its location.
I would expect Norin needs to be protected at all costs.
He's out there
Find him.
somewhere. Yes. At this moment, you notice the trees stop moving. You feel the fire just on his campfire gets smaller. And then it lights up again. And the owl that's staring at Fenric is actually now staring at Thord.
Curious creature. Is this a friend of yours then?
Oh, no, this thing. It's followed me on the road for the past few weeks. I don't know where it's come from, but it keeps me company.
It has a strange familiarity. There's no question.
But anyway, I've got to be going now. He stands up. I mean, please finish the stew. I've got more supplies somewhere. As
where are you off
walk
to
away
then?
into the tree line. Oh, I've got other adventurers like yourselves to meet along this road. And he looks back over his shoulder and he goes, "You best hurry." And he starts to walk into the mist.
Shiv, do I get a sense that this individual is being truthful, or are they scheming? What's my read on this?
Insight?
Yeah, I do.
Give me an insight. If everyone wants
right.
to give me an insight, go for it.
I was wondering if they're getting out of here because they're fearing something's coming, or if they're actually looking to quickly get other people to give them the message to.
Okay.
Well, what's up, Wanderers Haven? Great to see ya. I got a 24,
Got
Shiv.
a
24.
15.
17.
22.
22. You all feel this guy's slightly odd, slightly eccentric in his mannerisms and his ways, but you don't feel anything strange from him. Maybe just the fact that he's appeared in the forest, and he's just kindly just gone, hey, I've been waiting for someone like you. I've been told to wait here for you. Now my job's done, so bye. And then he's just like, I've got other places to be and I've got other stuff to do, you know.
Peace out.
So as he goes into the mist, you see he sort of starts to vanish. So Alan Thord, if you give me wisdom saving throws, please.
9.
23.
Okay. Thord with a 9. As he walks into the mist, you see as the mist closes around him, you sort of get a look of like his form sort of shift. And you think, that looked like Feather James. And then it shifts again, and you feel like, wait, that looks like Irma. And then it shifts again, and then he's just gone. And the owl, by this point, has taken flight. You feel like the beat of its wings as it just takes off the branch.
I'd say that vision probably causes Thor to tremble ever so slightly. Maybe even a little bit of tear to well up inside of his eye, and he just kind of like shrugs it off and wipes it away before it falls.
Okay. Good. Now, what would you like to do?
Do we believe that guy?
I'm still not convinced that wasn't a shared hallucination, to be honest with you.
I would agree with that.
Is that owl still there?
Oh, the owl's gone. As he left, it flew off.
He
You
did give us some information.
Did you recognize the name that he gave us, Elle?
Not really, but I mean, I was a bit younger. I don't know all the elders of Lavoca. When you're 15, you don't really care about that stuff.
Yeah, to be fair, there was a bit of a shakeup back then when we were all there together, and it was quite unclear who was truly in charge of things.
You're right. You're very right about that.
At some level, we have to trust, regardless of the outcome, this Twilight Elf, Norin was the name? Seems like our best lead. And if the Wolf King seeks this relic in the caverns below, that would be our perhaps greatest opportunity to find them and find our destiny once and for all, for good or ill.
I would agree. If we did nothing, could be very detrimental. I have no interest in doing nothing with this information. For your information.
Yeah, we go, we find this Norin fella. You know, we do what we got to do, but I think just as long as we keep our guard up, we should be all right. I think we've all collectively gone through enough shit to not really trust anybody anyway. So,
What say you,
it's
Beef?
Settled. Yep, let's as like scraping whatever's left of the stew. Let's gonna move on. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm curious.
So you're just going to eat the rest of his stew and then move on, or what are your plans?
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish. I'm finishing the stew. It's bloody good stew.
It's a lovely lamb stew that he's made and left for you guys.
I mean, I question, given how deep we are into the forest, I question how long the lamb has been about for. But if it's cooked through enough, it should be fine.
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Just don't think about it too much.
20 minutes into episode 2, Shiv's gonna go roll a constitution. That lamb, it's back.
The vengeance.
Yeah.
It'll be chestburster wolf. Boom.
But it's just a lamb.
Yeah, it's just a lamb. But yeah, so if you want to push on, are you wanting to like sort of see if you can pick up a trail, track anything? Are you looking into the woods? What do you guys?
What did he
do?
give us for directions on where to find this Twilight Elf?
He didn't. He just gave us a location, right?
Yeah,
At
that was
the edge
gonna be
of
my
the.
question.
The
The edge of the
hollowed
what?
veil.
The hollowed veil. And do we know where that is?
I would say you and Elle and no Tempest probably would. You've heard of at one point deep within the Whisper Woods there was like several elven territories which made up their kind of individual kingdoms, 4 kingdoms in total, and the Hollow Vale was basically a border of one of them deep in the woods, and once you cross that you're into elven territory, which uninvited would mean not good, but it's been like years since anyone's seen an elf around these parts, and that is kind of the rumor is that the kingdoms were like fell centuries ago. It's all just ruins and that kind of stuff, relics and ruins from a bygone age.
We could probably
no one's actually been that far since,
but we might know the direction.
Yeah, you would probably know roughly whereabouts it would be.
Maybe how far? I mean, are we talking days journey?
No, I would say probably hours. By morning, you'd probably have a rough idea of how close you were.
If we dare to travel through the night, we could potentially be there in the morning, but it does introduce considerable danger.
I vote go.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we're any less danger if we camp here. So at least we'll be on the move.
Oh yeah, I'd rather be on the move at night and be aware of my surroundings than risk it. Plus, we've only been traveling for like a couple hours. We can push through.
Idle hands,
Settled then.
that whole thing too. If we're just sitting around, we're gonna see all kinds of crazy stuff. Let's just move. Keep our eyes on the road. Get there.
All right. Well, it's settled. Let's press on.
Are we done with the stew?
I mean, I think. Did Thord have any?
No.
No. Okay. Well, the 3 of you have just like destroyed this guy's stew.
He wasn't gonna eat it.
He offered.
Gobbled it up.
Yeah. He's not coming back for it.
That's fine. So as you push on through, give me another round of perception checks, if you would, please.
Jeez, dice are high.
17.
21.
17.
21.
21. 21.
22.
Hey-o.
22.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so the
out
3 of you, as you're walking through the darkness of the wood, you're finding your way, you know roughly the sort of journey. Elle, you feel that feather he gave you sort of feels warm to the touch as you're walking down the path. Thord, as you're walking, again, you start to see out of the corner of your eyes more ink just dripping from the trees. It's black ink just dripping from the trees and the leaves. Who else got the 22? Was it Fenric? Yeah, Fenric. Again, you see the same woman at the peripheral vision, but this time she's pointing in the direction you're heading.
What is it?
I think we're going in the right direction, but I can't explain to you how I know. Yo, okay. Is there somebody over my shoulder this direction? Do you see somebody?
No.
No? I
Who
think
do
the
you
stew's
see?
getting to me. Hmm?
Who do you see? Who do
I
you think
don't-
you see?
I don't know. I think it's somebody familiar, but I think the wood's playing tricks on my mind. Or I had too much stew. One of the two.
No, it's not the stew. I'm seeing things as well. The strange ichor, this ink dripping from my hands in the trees. I'm assuming none of you see that either.
I don't see that, but
Yeah.
I saw some blood dripping from my axe for a brief moment.
What? Okay. All right.
I ain't
And
killed
you?
nobody with
Looks
my
at
axe
Tempest.
for minutes.
I heard the wolves a bit ago, but I can't see anything other than trees.
What did you roll for your perception? 17.
17.
Okay. As you're talking to the group, yellow eyes.
Oh
appear.
shit! There we go. I can just see eyes. Lots
Hundreds.
of eyes.
Hundreds start
Hundreds.
to appear.
That's the
Bloody hell, there's a lot of
creepiest.
eyes.
You definitely win
Yeah.
for the creepiest vision.
Yep, that's
I
all
don't
you.
know. I think
But
there is something.
as you're
that-
talking, the eyes start to gather together
Oh.
into a form that's about 7 foot tall and then just whips away into a shadow.
Wait,
No,
why
it
did-
got creepier.
What are you doing with your face, Tempest? What's that look? What does that mean?
The
What's going on?
eyes, the eyes, they've all kind of just gathered and amalgamated into a big 7-foot figure. But they're gone now.
Oh, good.
We
Normal
should
stuff.
keep going.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is relevant, but this feather that he gave me got real warm. Is it still warm? Or is it cooling?
Still warm to your touch.
Did it get warm like just recently? Was it warm when I gave it to you?
As soon as he gave it to you, as soon as you
Oh.
touched it.
It's a warm feather. I guess I got a warm feather.
Well,
Please
you're
disregard.
the luckiest of us. Where I come from,
Please
a warm
disregard.
feather is a pleasantry.
Well, we'll see if that's what this is.
My guess is
For me.
probably not.
It's got to mean something. It's warm. A warm feather.
Okay. So as you push deeper
It's a
into the
metaphor.
woods, the air starts to thicken. There's like a real close feeling as you're walking into these woods. You feel the very sort of horrible, rotting, damp earth smell. The trees seem to feel very close as you're traveling through. As you're walking through, Fenric, you start to hear in the back of your mind a voice go, failure, coward. As you're walking on, nameless.
Is it like a quiet, gentle whisper, or does it change
Yeah.
in tone?
It changes often to various voices. It starts off with a female's voice, and then changes to a man's voice, then a child's voice, then back to a man's voice, then an older man, and then it's just like these weird whispering cacophony of voices going failure, nameless, coward, and all that as you continue to walk.
You guys can hear Fenric muttering to himself. He's like, shut up, stop it, stop. And then it gets louder and louder to where now he's screaming, stop it, as you guys are walking, and he stopped walking. And he's
What is it?
sorry.
What's
Um,
going on with you? Are you stable?
the what?
These woods. El, it's the woods. Fenric, are you okay? What is it?
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's the woods. We need to get out of here.
The sort of final word you hear is, you killed us. And it just trails off.
There's a distant stare in Fenric's face, and then he kind of walks past the group, walking in the direction. Very lumbering. Like heavy footfalls.
Thord is just gonna kind of like grab El's arm as she walks by. Elle, we must keep an eye on each other more now than ever. I believe these woods conspire to deceive us.
One of these times we are going to believe what it is. It's going to be our downfall.
Agreed.
I
We
don't
must
know how
all
we
keep
can
an eye
guard
on each
against
other.
it.
Through faith.
We have each other. All four of us. That should be enough. We have a very important goal as well. If we can just keep that in front of our minds, hopefully that will be what we need.
Fenric, whatever you heard, whatever you saw, you're not alone. We are here together, as Elle says. We must keep an eye on each other.
I'm fine, and I appreciate the care, but I'm fine.
Of course you are. Of course.
So as you push on, you notice that everything around you is kind of bathed in like this pale moonlight as the night wears on. Everything's kind of still. You feel your feet are heavy through the woods. The brush is starting to get thicker, as if you're kind of being slowed. You're being delayed for some strange reason. You feel the wind is starting to pick up. You start to feel colder. The temperature's dropping. And you seem to be traveling for about an hour. And then you realize this feels a lot different, this part of the woods, a lot older. It's almost as if it's decaying, like it's been around for a lot longer than the rest of where the woods were. It's almost feeling ancient, like it's dying. Tempest. As you're walking, whereabouts are you in the group? How would you position yourselves? Are you the back, the middle, the front?
I'd probably go sort of back-ish, I guess. I think if the beef is kind of up front from what I've gathered,
taking the lead.
if you're lumbering along, basically making sure that the wizard is in the middle.
Smart move.
Is essentially my thought process. Yeah, you don't. I got you.
Yep.
I got you.
That's exactly what I would do.
Just making sure that whatever happens, the tiny wizard is in the middle.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll probably be kind of more getting the back. If the beef is out front, probably back.
Okay. So at the back then, you start to see as you're walking, and none of the rest of you two are distracted by Fenric and his distractions. You start to see like spots of blood appear on different parts of leaves and through the bushes. Could you just give me a survival check, please?
Yes, I can.
Oh, thank you, Doc Shoulder, for the 400 bits. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Doc.
That's a
Thanks,
15.
15, okay.
I'm rolling
sort of-
just bang averagely today. I don't think I've rolled above an 11, really.
Good. Keep that in mind. That's good energy to have. Thank you. With a 15, you start to see like, wait a minute, this looks like a pattern, and you feel like, as a monk and other things you know, and as a mercenary, you'd be like, this feels like something has run through here. The way they're spaced apart, the amount of blood that's like trickled and then got heavier and heavier.
So is the path in front
Thanks,
looks
Jeff.
like it's been trampled as well? So it's more physical
Yeah, so,
signs than just
like,
the blood.
Yeah, it looks like there's tree branches of like, as someone runs through it and they push the tree branch aside. Yeah, there's underbrush that's kind of like been trampled on. there's bits of disturbances as you carry on, and you're thinking, this is interesting. This feels like something may have run through here, but you're not sure what it was. Unless, of course, you want to go up and inspect the blood a little bit more, and that's entirely up to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Is it something big? Is it looking big, or is it kind of looking more kind of humanoid?
I would say give me a nature check, and then if you want, you can give me a medicine check for the blood.
Nature's. That's a 12. Oh.
12 for the nature, yeah.
For the nature,
okay,
yeah.
On a 12, you go, okay, this doesn't look anything that's on 4 legs. This looks like it's on 2 legs, and you can look by the size of what it is. It's humanoid, at least, from what you can tell.
Okay. And then can I do that medicine on the blood as well, or is that?
Sure, you can. Yeah, do the medicine check as well. Go for it.
That's more like it. That's a 24. Yes.
24. Okay. The blood, again, a very dark red color. So it's obviously blood that's hit the air. So you can tell that it's red. It's not anything supernatural, anything weird, anything monstrous. You're like, okay, this could be. So it's a humanoid that's ran through here that's been with red blood that's been wounded. So you're gonna guess it's something along those lines. Nothing like you would go, oh, this is something to be wary of. It's not like purple blood, green blood, anything like that. It's just normal sort of humanoid blood.
Gang.
What is it?
Anyone else seeing the blood here, or is that me again? Is that me in my head?
Where are you all seeing blood at? Where's the blood?
Just, it's like on the floor here. It's like if you look at the leaves and stuff, and then this path is like been trampled by something. If you look at all the branches and things and stuff, it's kind of something's run through here, something bleeding, it or someone, I don't know. I can't really tell except for the fact that it's humanoidy.
I know we.
It's fresh.
I knew
too,
that we
isn't
should
it?
have hired that ranger that we spoke with. Could have been so handy. Do we see the blood?
Yep, you see this as she's pointed it out. You go, hold on a second. There's a slight trail there. So this is not something that your mind is creating. This is physical. This is real.
I don't know whether I like that or not. Okay, if that means it's real.
If
Right.
it bleeds,
It's the real deal.
we can kill it.
I
Or-
like to
or-
do something.
Could be injured and on our side.
Well, that too. But I'm assuming that the former. I assuming everything here wants to kill us.
What has happened?
Oh,
to
I
you,
mean,
Lord?
of course.
The skeptical thought, Kenai.
That's right.
Continue. Yes.
I'd like to take a minute to commune with nature,
Sure.
and I'm really focusing on the trail here, so I can learn up to 3 facts of my choice.
Okay.
I'd like to discern if this path has been made, trampled, managed recently.
Okay.
I'd also like to confirm the same thing about the blood, and if it actually is humanoid, or if it's from an animal.
Okay. Okay. Do you have to roll for that, or is it just something you can just put out there?
It's something I could put out there.
Okay, lovely. So as you're focusing on this, you sort of not quite CSI Whisperwoods, where you're like mentally recreating the picture of something happening, but you can guess, like, wait a minute, okay, this looks like this happened probably 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 at the most ago, whatever came through here. You kind of get the pattern. It was a very staggered run through the woods, as if it was like stumbling, maybe potentially being chased. You don't know.
Chase, yeah.
From the blood, you can go, that's definitely humanoid. It's going to be either human, elf, or dwarf. You can probably guess.
I think you guys see Fenric. He gets really low to the ground, which is a lot for him. And then it's like one of these. He's like, okay, this is recent. This has been in the past several hours. Somebody was being chased.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, and that is human blood. Human blood. Yeah.
Oh, you taste it, do you?
Yes.
Sure looks like
Okay.
it.
Yum,
Ah!
nummy num num. Right. Okay. Fine. Give me a medicine check then,
Fine.
since you
Fine.
tasted it.
Great.
Good vintage.
Somebody's a universal donor.
It's A minus. I'm O
Hey,
positive.
real quick shout out to Doc and Scottish Jeff for giving us all an advantage. Thank you so much, guys.
Ooh,
Appreciate
Oh.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
What about
you.
me? What about me? Give me advantage. I need it.
Don't listen to him.
I need it too,
He
guys.
doesn't need it.
I'm not one of the cool kids.
I got an 11.
What was
by the
your-
way on medicine?
11. Okay. Okay, for 11, you obviously, and now you've tasted it, that's fine. You go, elven blood. Now,
Yeah.
How does he
why
know
you would
what
know
elven
that?
blood tastes like?
How does he know what elven blood tastes like? Who can say? Why would he know? Um,
Exactly.
yeah.
He's
My
Like,
question.
just-
eyes start bugging. He's just like, it's elven blood. Ooh.
Huh? Who? El, where did we find this guy?
I don't know. He just showed up next to us.
Okay.
I mean, he's real strong.
Well,
I'm
I
sure
mean-
he's going to be helpful.
It's a good thing none of us are elves.
He seems to know what our blood tastes like. I bet he knows what human blood and dwarven blood tastes like too.
I doubt it.
What?
Bends down and goes, human and dwarves taste the same.
Oh my god!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But do you know?
No,
Oh,
I'm a vegetarian.
what kind of
brother.
genasi is
He's
Tempest?
just messing. He's just messing with us.
it's
Oh,
working.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's so big
okay,
too.
Interesting. So as you're focused, and as you're focusing on this skill,
Shiv, you
as
have
you're
an
coming out of your
advantage.
focus,
Who
Fenric, you
did
hear
it?
the words.
Jeff.
You hear the words. Why did you run? As it fades off as you come out of your focus. Why did you leave
So-
us?
Okay. I didn't
Why did you run?
leave.
Just
I
over
didn't run.
repeating.
He's just he's answering back ferociously, still kind of like half on the ground, elven blood on his lip.
What?
Start snorting it. Taking bumps of elven blood.
I didn't run.
Oh, nice. So, where do you want to go now? Are you following this trail? What is are the gang apprehensive?
Is
Is
this
your,
does this divert us from our main path that we're on towards the Vale, or is this in the direction of
Doesn't
the Vale?
feel like it. This feels like
a
this
distraction.
is in the. It doesn't feel like a distraction. More like a.
We were looking
of
for
luck.
an elf.
Uh,
Yeah.
I was going to say we're looking for an elf in a elven-y place.
Hmm.
So wait, the blood and the way we're going are the same.
Right direction.
Possibly.
Is your giant lady pointing? Actually, did you tell us that the giant lady was pointing us in the right direction, or no? You never told us any about. You didn't tell us about the lady.
I told you about the lady, but I didn't say like she's pointing in the direction. It was just more so of like, can you see this thing?
In that case, I say nothing.
Well, my feather's still warm.
I will
Maintain
yield.
decorum.
I will yield.
I'll yield my time, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
All
it's
right,
the
well-
only thing that's showing us a direction. I think we've got nothing else to go by. We might as
Yep.
well keep following it and just
Yeah.
hope
Okay.
for the best, I guess.
Let's hope it's
I
not
mean, if
a dead Twilight elf at the end of this trail.
Yeah, if this is Norin's blood, we maybe want to pick up the speed of our feet. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think with that, then like Fenric agrees and he starts trudging off in the direction.
Okay. So
Sounds
is
good.
Fenric kind of tracking this blood?
Mm-hmm.
So
Drinking blood,
as you
hungry.
continue on, you're tracking this both you and Tempest essentially, since you've both seen this, are leading the gang as you go down. And you come to like a sort of thicket, and you see something underneath the underbrush, undergrowth. It's like all these twisted sort of roots and stuff. You see something kind of hidden underneath.
Do you see that as well? Or again, am I going crazy?
Nope, I see it too.
Oh shit. Lads. There's a 12 o'clock underbrush.
That's where the blood is headed?
What
Yep.
led us here? Yeah. Okay. What are the eyes doing? What are they giving? Does it seem animal or?
What you see under the what you're
Yeah.
trying to catch under there? It doesn't seem animal at all from the distance you're looking at it. You're probably about 10 foot away. In this
Is it
pale
dead?
moonlight, you go, that
Does it have
doesn't
fancy
look
elvish
like it's not
boots on?
moving. Make a perception check if you please.
Oh, 17.
17?
Fancy elvish boots.
Dirty 20.
Anyone else? Dirty 20? So I would say both of you are like, they look elvish, but not like they look elven rangerish.
Tempest's gonna very slowly and with she'll have her her hand on her spear just in case. She'll go over slowly to the undergrowth and just be like, "You right there, mate?"
No response.
Shit. She'll
Okay.
take her spear out and the blunt end, kind of see if she can move any bits out of the way to uncover what is underneath.
As you get closer with your spear, you notice you step on something and it like feels hard underfoot, and you look down and you think, oh, it might be a tree root. It's not. You find a broken elven bow in half.
Oh, it's not looking great, gang. Right. Okay, I'll continue to sort of shift stuff with the end of the spear just to.
So as you're clearing the brush, you see a figure half buried in the undergrowth, lies motionless, pale elven features. And do you turn the body over because he's face down at the moment?
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah, you see these deep, unnatural gashes going down from his face to his chest. It's ripped his like armor open. His chest is absolutely ruined. His rib cage is all like splayed open.
Oh,
as you look closer, you notice that these wounds are already like necrophying. They're already like decaying around the wounds.
How long is
like
it?
his skin?
How long have they been dead?
Black.
Is this who we've been tracking? I mean,
looking at this is not. This is probably about sort of. You saw the blood and that, which would about 5 hours ahead. This is probably a couple of hours after that. But you can see like these sort of like blackened veins coming off from his skin wherever this was like struck him, off his face up here and up here. You see one of his eyes is just like completely like white.
Is it a Twilight elf or is it just a wood elf?
Yeah. This guy. You go, pale skin. The sort of vibe he's given off is very Twilight elf.
check his ID.
So
Who's this guy?
Got a passport.
I have Speak with Dead as a spell.
Yeah.
Would I get a sense that would work on this corpse, or has it been dead for too long? I mean, I've used this spell before many times to.
Yeah, I would
I would
say
know how it
you
works.
probably. I think it's a couple of hours after they've died, isn't it? Something like that. I
Trying
think.
to find it.
Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure that's how
Yeah,
it works.
it's got some
but I can't be
limitations.
sure.
Let's see.
So it's too late for revivify. Sounds like.
Yeah, far too late for that.
Far too
The
late.
corpse must have a mouth. It doesn't.
Still has a mouth.
It doesn't
Just-
say.
I'm sorry, I don't know why
Um,
that got me.
The last day.
Let's have a mouth.
Intonation
Yeah,
is
it doesn't-
everything.
It doesn't have anything about the duration of how long it's been dead for.
Okay, so we'll say then that you would probably, if you were to cast it now, you'd probably catch it before. You know, if you're an hour later, no good. But if you cast it now, you could probably get something.
All right. Well, let me see if we can garner some information from this poor fellow. I will begin to set up my spell components, a small brass bowl, some fancy incense, that sort of thing.
Okay.
While Thord is doing all of this, I think Elle is trying to revisit her old ranger self and find any tracks that might have been what did this to this person and where they
Okay.
may have gone.
Okay. Did you want to give me like a survival or nature check for that? So while
Sure.
Thord's setting up, what does Tempest and Fenric doing? We'll go to Tempest first. What are you doing at this moment?
I think I'm just sort of being wary and keeping an eye out on the surroundings, because if this guy has died within the last couple of hours, that means that the nasty thing that did it is probably not as far away as I'd like it to be.
Okay.
So just sort of keeping an eye out and making sure that I'm not hearing or seeing anything that is similar. Yeah, I'm basically just keeping an eye out.
Okay. So if you want to make a perception check to have a look, and Fenric, what do you want to do at this moment?
I was actually doing the same thing too, like kind of covering
Okay.
Thord while he's doing his ritual.
Okay.
I changed my
So we'll
dice.
go around
to
then.
hope
Go on then.
I changed my dice to hope it would make me roll better, and I got a 3, which means it's a total of 8.
8. Okay. So you're kind of looking around. You're more kind of distracted by this body that you found, and you're trying to keep an idea of what's going on in the woods, but at the same time, like you're too curious about what's happening with this body. Fenric, what did you roll?
For perception?
Yep.
Ooh, 11. Wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, shit in the
Okay.
bed.
11.
Dream team.
Dream
Hmm.
team.
Pretty much like Tempest. You're distracted with the body. You're trying to keep an eye on the woods, but there's too much going on for you to sort of focus too much. With Elle, what did you get for your? What did you survival nature? What did you do?
I did survival and I got a 17.
17 survival. You can track the blood up to the body, and as you're looking around, you're trying to find tracks for something else. You notice that there is no tracks to whatever traced him. There's nothing following him. There's nothing leading to it. It's as if he got to this point and whatever it was just got him. But
So it
with
may
a
have-
17, who knows? May have just appeared. Who knows? But what you notice is with some blood splatters, there's something, you see the elven bow that Tempest stepped on that was already broken. You can see that was already like sundered from whatever came at him. You notice that he's in clearly elven ranger attire, but there's a satchel of his that's about a foot or two away that you found.
Grab it. Rifle.
Okay. You find a journal inside.
Okay.
Okay. So Thord, how are you with your ritual?
What do we know from a quick scan of the journal?
So, okay. Do you want to do a journal? Let's have a look at the journal.
Yeah, let's
From
do
the
that.
journal, you see, as you're flicking through, you see a crude, sort of half destroyed. It looks like it's someone's trying to burn it. Map of what you can. Can anyone read Elven here?
Yes.
Nice.
Perfect. So Tempest, you can read that it leads to a destination. It's like an old Twilight Elven Ranger way station, like somewhere where they would commune and things before going out to do their hunts and things, and keeping an eye on the woods and stuff like that. So this is where that map depicts. And also, as you're reading, you notice the scribbling alongside, and it says, "A darkness moves between the trees. The runes are failing. If we cannot reinforce the wards, the horror beneath us will wake. Gods help us." And that's where we'll go for a break.
Okay.
Lots to think about.
Yes.
Indeed.
Oh my god. And then let's figure out what questions we want to ask this guy in the meantime. Guys,
You got
thank you so
5.
much for hanging out with us, and thanks for the advantages, Jeff and Bob. We really appreciate you guys. I think it's going to be very helpful. So thank you. And we'll see you in just a couple of short minutes. Thanks a lot. No, I think we're good.
No, we're good. Go back, Shiv.
We're
Go
good.
back.
Oh no, no.
Oh God!
Oh,
No.
what are we doing?
I'm so
Everyone
scared.
stay like this. Oh,
All right.
God.
Look, we're working on it. It's been a while.
Okay, there
We're a
you go.
little rusty,
Yeah.
okay? Cut us some slack, internet.
Everybody go.
Been a while.
It
There was
looked good on Video Ninja. That's why I was like, no,
It
stay
did.
that way.
Yeah.
there was
Oh.
a moment in that where we were all facing the same way, and I think as long as it gets a screenshot or a clip, we're good.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep, we'll
I'm
flip it
taking
for
that.
sure.
I'm happy with
Almost
that.
coming
That's
right
a
from
win.
that 1 second.
That's a win. All right, we're back, everybody. Shiv,
Excellent.
take it away, my friend.
Okay, so when we left off, these intrepid adventurers had found a body in the woods, slightly maimed, and now they have Thord setting up his ritual Speak with Dead. Elle has a journal that was read, that Tempest translated as, "A darkness moves between the trees. The runes are failing. If we cannot reinforce the wards, the horrors beneath will wake. Gods help us." And we are back. So, what is everybody doing?
Trying to think of questions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I'm burning incense.
Right. He's burning.
Okay.
That's very useful.
I'm getting ready to
What do we
cast
need
this.
to-
I'm casting the spell.
Patchouli. Just
I'm
patchouli.
just wafting the smoke from the bowl over the corpse as I'm
Okay.
weaving arcane energies.
Let's think of the standards, right? We have 5 questions. We found a dead body. Who, why, where, and then we get 2 more.
Okay, so we can confirm their identity. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If they're not
So
Norin, let's ask if they
Yeah.
know about Norin,
All right.
where
Okay,
they are.
well,
That's 2 though.
so those first 3 were suggestions, unless you guys have something better.
Standards
Who's
are
chasing
standards
you?
for a reason.
Why?
My
where
guess
you
this
go-
is
yeah.
Norin, but we could confirm if we want to that it is, unless the journal tells us that it is.
Yeah. Is there
This is
anything
the
in
property
journal?
of Norin.
Yeah. Is there any, if found, please, blah blah blah, anything like
Turn
that
back to Norin.
on the inside cover of the journal?
Is that what you're looking for? Are you looking through the journal for that?
Yeah.
That will
Okay.
that will be inconclusive though, because they could have taken it.
That's true.
But we'll find that out with the who, why, and where. Because if he says Norin, then we're like, oh, well, this isn't yours.
Fair.
I would definitely want to know who or what was chasing him, because
Mm.
this, and she points at all of the wounds, this isn't your average wolf or beastie. This is something fucked up.
Well said. And also, is there what was the artifact that the Wolf King was trying to?
Something called the Veil Forged Seal. He has to get it or break it.
Not a
break it.
seal in the animal sense, more in the closing of something. Okay.
Yeah.
Could you imagine though?
What if it was an animal seal?
It
Dude,
turns
right?
into one of those like giant wolf versus giant seal, giant
Yes,
octopus.
classic.
Mechagodzilla
Classic.
films.
The silhouette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an archaic
Movie
seal
poster.
just hanging out.
Yeah.
Hey, you found me.
Massive seal versus giant wolf. I'm surprised it's not been done already, to be honest.
It's in the making.
Uh,
All right. So I want to know who this
It's
individual
not
is,
nice.
what was chasing him, or what killed him. What killed him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
And that'll
forget
answer
about-
the chase.
Yep.
Okay.
And then where is the Veil Forged Seal? Or
Okay.
how do we find how do we find it? Right.
Okay.
That's good.
That's three
We
questions.
got two more, right?
Yeah. Should we save those to see what the answers are, and then if we need like follow-up questions?
Should we see if he knows what
There
the
we
seal
go.
does? I mean, is it
Possibly.
holding
Possibly.
everything in?
Is there any names in the book? Did we discern that?
I mean, you know what they say about breaking the seal.
Don't do it. Especially on
mean,
a road trip.
I mean,
Not right
Are you
away.
looking for?
Nope.
Are you looking for Neil? Are you looking for names?
Yeah.
Specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Basically, as you're flicking through, because is it only Tempest that can speak in Elvish?
Oh no.
So I can't.
Nope.
No, I mean,
Okay, so it's just Tempest. Then. So you see a name as you're writing through that says it's Kalar Vareth is the name you keep seeing in this journal.
Kalar Vareth.
Yep. Kalar Bareth. Kalar
Thank you.
Vareth.
Kalar Vareth, spelled phonetically. Love that. Thank you very much. Right,
No
so
problem.
I keep spotting a name here. Kalar Vareth. Don't know if that rings any bells for anybody. Is that a name like? Is it? That's the journal's owner's name, or
From looking at this journal, you see that every entry of this journal is signed off with that name.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Good.
okay.
that?
Good.
Yeah, so it's all signed off with Kalar Vareth. Now, this might be a completely different person, or Norin is not this guy's real name, or it's not Norin at all, and there's more than one Twilight Elf, which is likely.
Okay, so
I mean,
let's start out with who
something.
are you, right?
Yep. All right, let's do this.
Okay.
I am going
Okay.
to invoke
So
the arcane energy of necromancy.
Okay. You see this energy pulse into this body as it sort of jerks and writhes, and then his eyes glow. And you hear his voice like a rasp, just like, "Who summoned me back from the dead?"
It was us. And I'll just smile.
What do you need of me?
We intend to ask you questions, and we hope that you will be forthright in your answers to these questions. The first being, who are you?
I am Kalar Vareth, Elven Warden of Silmirian. See that the energy pulse as you realise the first question's been answered.
Above table, I just want to make that very clear.
Yes.
What was
Sure.
that? What was that place again called?
Silmerian. Symlarion. Silmerian. And if
So-
anyone wants to give me a history check, please go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Uno. 5.
Not one.
We
That
don't
one?
know anything.
I got 15.
Oh, no
Maybe I know.
shit.
Elle
Pretty
knows
good.
something.
Maybe.
Okay. So you've heard of this place. It was called the City of Bloom. It was basically a place for like artisans and scholars and musicians. It was one of the 4 elven kingdoms that made up the Twilight Elven Empire.
Oh. Well, look at that. I know something. Should we ask him what got him?
Yep. Second question, Kalar. Also, pleasure to meet you. What our unfortunate acquaintance killed you?
I do not know. It was shadow and hunger.
Okay. This is a very important question. How do we find the Veil Forged seal?
It is protected by the Archwarden deep in Orenthalis, the last city.
Okay, we have 2 questions left, my friends. Can you think of any follow-ups?
Shall we ask him if... Well, it's not a follow-up, but shall we ask him if he knows Norin?
Sure.
It's a good one.
Or
Well,
where Norn is?
Where Norin is, yes.
Yeah.
Even better.
Okay. Kalar, an equally important question for you. Do you know where Norin, the Twilight Elf, is?
I was sent to find him, but I could not track him.
Okay, we have 1 question left.
It should be a follow-up to number 4, right? Or number 3? Like, what?
Like
Where's
where?
that?
Like how do we?
Yeah,
Orenthalis?
what if Norin's like dead and we can't get the information? We'll try it from here.
So ask for directions, basically.
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds like not that important, but
No, it's critically important. That's what I'm just clarifying.
all right, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Right? Right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's the right way.
How do
Right,
we
right.
get there?
All right.
Wait, hold on. Before you ask though, I don't want to poke holes in the plan, especially if it's sound. But they did just say they were trying to track them and they couldn't find him. So I don't know if asking directions or would be beneficial.
To this
What do you mean?
seal though, right? We're looking for a way to the seal.
Right. So is that what we're asking for? Do we know they know of this seal? Oh.
Yes, they just told us about that the seal is we asked how do we find the Veilforged seal, and they said protected by the Archwarden deep in Orenthalis, the last city.
Okay.
So
we're asking
we're-
directions to how to get to there.
That's what we were
Orenthalis.
thinking. Yeah, unless there's something else.
Okay.
Unless there's something else. It's our last question.
No. I thought we were asking directions and how to get to the elf. And I
Oh.
was like, he said he couldn't find him. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. We may not need
All
the elf. Perhaps we don't know, but
I'm on board with the last question.
all right. No, that's fine. All right, Kalar. Final question, and then we'll let you rest. And thank you, by the way, for all of the forthright answers to these questions. We do appreciate it, and we know how difficult this must be for you. How do we... Excuse me. Wait, what are we asking again? How do
How
we
do we
find
get
this
to
place?
Orenthalis?
Yeah, all right. Just making sure I don't fuck this up.
Yeah. That's fine. Are you drunk?
Only partially.
Okay, well then
Are
let's
you
go.
drunk?
Taking nips.
Partially
with his
drunk.
flask.
Give me
Yeah.
that flask. You're cut off.
How
Especially
did,
when you're doing
how did
these
we
things.
get to Sesame Street?
Do you want to be my friend? All right, Kalar, here we go.
Or snuffle up again.
How do we
Yeah.
how do we get to Orenthalis?
You see his body twitches. The way station holds the key.
Yes, and continue, please.
Oh, he's
That's it.
gone.
You start,
Oh.
Let's just go.
Are you having a?
start shaking him. That's not directions. What is it?
Way station holds the key. Is that what he said?
Yeah. At this point,
Okay.
his head just falls off as you're shaking him.
Oh,
shit.
that's good
Fenric,
actually, because
Fenric.
I was gonna say we should probably make sure he stays dead, given the nasty look of these scars and
Well,
everything.
Here's the thing: if we take the head with us, in just a short 10 days, we should be able to ask him an additional 5 questions.
I don't know. If
You don't think we're going to come across some more dead bodies?
Or we could bury him.
Let's bury him.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think we should bury him.
Yeah.
Elle will step
Okay.
up and do a funeral rite.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So, first level paladin spell.
Ooh, okay.
So she clears the area, gets the patchouli, gets all that hippie stuff out of the way.
The hippie sticks.
What?
All of those supplies that you have out.
Mhm.
And
Lord,
Okay.
grass guy myself.
she'll put her hands down on him, touch him, and say a couple words. You hear her mumble, maybe like "Witch of the Woods" under her breath. And for the next 7 days, the target can't become undead by any means short of a wish spell.
Okay. So as you
She'll-
cast this spell, you feel something like a shimmer over his body, and then you feel something stop, and then the shimmer disappears. So you feel that whatever you did stopped something happening. So you felt like there was this weird darkness like creeping towards the shimmer, but as you cast that spell, the shimmer like departed.
Elle will stay kneeling kind of over him just a little bit, and you can see that she's a little out of breath for just doing nothing, basically. I mean,
Okay.
physically.
Mm.
She'll stay that way for maybe like
Okay.
a minute, and then get up, brush herself off, and look at everyone.
Thord is digging a
Well, let's
hole
go.
to bury him. Just
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. So you take a few moments, you bury him, you make a nice sort of makeshift grave.
best we can.
Yeah.
Put his bow in there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Did he have any sort of like emblems of the wardens that? Because I think Thord probably would have like maybe noticed it
yeah,
or
you would've
grabbed
seen,
it.
like,
Probably some sort of
Like a small necklace with like a star symbol, a star and kind of moon symbol with a tree intertwined into it. So yeah, you would take that if you want.
Yeah. If we're fortunate enough to meet more of these wardens, they will appreciate news of this Kalar's death and this trinket of their kind.
Mhm. Smart.
Do you move on?
Before we
Well-
move on, I think I want, like, as everyone's doing the funeral rite, I think I want to double back maybe about like a good 100 feet, and I want to mess
Okay.
up the trail,
Okay,
like kind of
mess up the trail. Okay.
yeah, maybe like
Is that just
step
in
off
case-
really heavy into mm-hmm.
In case anyone's following. Okay.
Yeah,
As you're
he
doing
was being
this,
chased.
as you're doing,
so-
as you're tending to this, as you're alone, you hear a voice again going, "Why? Why did you leave us? Why?"
We need to stop it. I didn't leave. I
You
fought.
ran. You always run.
He kind of spins around again and he's like, who is that? He's grasping onto his
And-
hammer.
Again, corner of your eye, you see two small children,
Oh, jeez.
Goliath children, holding hands. You see like blood running from their eyes.
Are you seeing something, Fenric?
I think I'm just tired. We've been traveling a lot. We're almost out the woods, yes?
We have a long ways yet to travel. Will you be okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
This is fine.
Coward's blood. And then it stops.
Starts lumbering away again. It's so bad. If we're done, I guess we're making
Yes.
our way to the way station.
Agreed.
Okay. So you follow the partial map. That's what you're doing from the journal, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. So you travel on further into the woods. You get into a clearing and you see this old building, slightly overgrown, seeing some wear and tear. Very solidly designed, obviously an elvish design made by elven woodworkers. It's a solitary outpost. It rests on the fringes of like what you can see is like border posts that have slightly crumbled with runes on it that would probably mark a way station before moving further into elven territory. It now sort of has a weird kind of silent space in the Whisperwoods, where the trees are and everything around it is slightly distorted and decayed, and this has been kind of silent for a number of years now, and you can sort of see there's vines growing through like up around the doors. It's growing across the roof. There's moss and everything growing up the side of it. You feel like the air around here is very humid. It's like a strange humidity. And you make it towards the way station, and you feel that everything around this part of the woods has kind of retreated back, as if something was cast on this way station to keep it away. So there's like an old feeling of magic that still kind of lingers, that is possibly protected in some way. As you get closer, you see like the doors kind of been left ajar, as if it's been abandoned, or the last person that was there left in a hurry.
Shiv, I'd like to cast detect magic.
Okay. What are you specifically looking for in your detect magic?
I've got 10 minutes, and I'm going to as we approach the way station, I'm scanning for any sort of presence of magic within 30 feet of myself. So
Okay.
any creature or objects that might bear magical energies, I would see sort of like a faint outline, and I would know
Okay.
probably at least some hint of what the magic school might be.
Okay. So as you project this outward, before you get to the threshold of where this kind of way station border begins, you're getting a very heavy necrotic energy. You almost have to like catch your breath because the magic's so heavy and so old and ancient. You feel like just the feeling of it is weighing you down. It's something you kind of never felt properly before. You felt necrotic magic, but this is something different.
Yeah, I mean, I wield
old.
necrotic magic, so
Yeah,
but this
You
is
felt
there
like, this is
sorry.
different. Go.
Yeah. I was just going to ask, is there like a defined border to the presence of this energy, or
Yeah,
is it more
I
sort
would
of
say so.
diffused across this?
It feels like it's wave. It's like I would describe it as kind of like waves. It's kind of
Mhm.
like very sort of ebb and flow around this area, but it's not breaking. And then you get to like where the border of this way station is, and you feel that there's more of a radiant energy there, like more of a kind of good presence that's kind of stopping it as like a buffer. So there's
Like
always this necrotic
containing
energy
it?
that's trying, protecting against it. It's trying to, this necrotic magic feels like it's trying to get to it, but just this magic is too strong to sort of keep it at bay.
I would say as I sense that, I'll just kind of put my hands up and just say, be wary. This way station is bathed in necrotic, dark, ancient necrotic energy, something that I have not seen the likes of. Yet there is good here as well that, as best I can tell, seeks to protect or thwart whatever curse is upon this land. Tread lightly.
Okay.
Well, they did say it holds the key here, so maybe
A lot
that's
of
to
magic
explain
at
the
play.
darkness. Yeah. Let's go check it out.
Okay. So are you crossing this threshold into the sort of grounds of this way station?
100%.
Okay. As you do, you sort of suddenly feel lighter, as if like a weight's been lifted. You feel like the visions and things you saw before have kind of just evaporated like a mist. Fenric, for the first time in a few hours, your head clears. You don't feel any voices. You just don't see any visions in your periphery anymore. Tempest, the wolf howls that were coming and going as you were traveling have just silenced. And the blood and the ink that were from your weapon and from the trees is no longer there. It's as if your vision has been cleared of whatever this was.
That's a relief.
A relief,
I'll feel
but
better.
the necrotic energy still lingers. Yes?
From what you can tell,
At the
heading back
very
into this woods, you'd probably feel it again.
So we search for the key.
whatever that might be.
I was
Yes.
going to say, I'm assuming this might not be an actual key, and more of a symbolic key of sorts.
It's entirely possible. Quite likely, in fact.
I
Or it
don't
could
think I've
just
ever
be
been
a
on one of
key.
these missions where a key is ever just a key. You know what I mean?
Oh, now it's definitely going to be a key.
Oh, it will be now. It will be now.
It's a
Well,
key
let's look
wrapped
for
inside
keys and
something
others.
else, wrapped inside something else.
Shiv, I'm sorry if I
Okay.
missed this, but are there like structures at this way station? Are there buildings?
Well, all you see
or
is like, it's just one sort of like wooden building
Okay.
that's kind of a very well designed like log cabin,
Mhm.
but it's been like intricately carved. You know, elven woodcrafters have done like a superb job, but around it there's like these sort of rune stones that have like crumbled and things that have, you know, as Tempest can read Elvish, they just like they're warding runes. And it's basically warding people that you're entering elven territory, you're entering Twilight domain
Is
sort
there
of stuff.
is there a door on the structure?
Yeah.
On the cabin?
The door is kind of like hanging open. As I said before, it's very much like the person, if there was someone there, they left in a hurry and just left it and raced out into the woods.
I'll cast light and
Okay.
and send. Oh no, it's not dancing lights. It's just light. I'll cast light on a small stone, and then I'll throw the stone or roll the stone through the crack into the structure. See if we can illuminate what's inside.
Okay. So you illuminate the room and you see shadows of like chairs, like a bookcase and a table, things like that. You feel it's very still. There's no sound. There's no movement. It's just like it's just been left.
Do we search the cabin then?
Suppose we better.
I mean, there isn't anything on the front step that says this is the key. So I guess we need to.
Is there a
Need to go in there.
doormat? We could look underneath the doormat if there
We should
is.
look into that. It's our mailbox too.
Are there any like rocks that look like they're actually plastic?
Yeah.
No. There's no welcome.
Moldy crease on it.
You should
Or
also
suspicious plants left by the side, the plant pots, or anything like that.
Well, it
we
seems
should
like
also
kind of-
be wary of an ambush and going in with our eyes open that we are trespassing upon elvish ground.
That I can help with. It's kind of like head on
Really?
the swivel. Yeah. Yeah. Why
Some
not?
doubt creeping
Well,
in there.
I just you were talking about the taste of elven blood earlier. I just wasn't sure that you would be quite the emissary of but perhaps I'm mistaken.
Well,
It's like a buffet.
I'm gonna keep my eyes out.
all you can eat.
So do you head inside then? You're going in?
Wait, first, everyone want to get together for a minute. Just come on over. Get close enough.
Team huddle kind of thing?
Team huddle. Everyone just,
Yes.
and I'm gonna cast bless on everyone.
Ah, nice.
It seems a little dangerous in here. Potentially this will help. This is something I guess I know how to do now. So I'll cast bless, and this is you add a D4 to your attack roll or your saving throws for the next minute. It's not very long, so let's go.
Thank you.
Run.
It's just a D4. Don't run.
So do you head inside then, yeah? You're heading inside.
Light
So
So
jump.
who's first through the door?
Like,
Who's first through the door?
I'll go
I can
first.
go fir- Oh, there we go.
what?
No, what's it? No, no, no.
Hell no. We grabbed Thord by the little wrist.
But I will have you know,
Little wrist.
Thord has thick wrists. He's got
It's
thick
thick, fat
dwarven wrists.
But I'm not so sure about the AC. That's my problem. I'll go. Because also I can read Elvish, so I can make sure there's, see if there's anything.
There.
So I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
Thord,
So as you go
second if want.
inside, as you walk in, you get like that sort of smell of like damp wood, like old parchment, and there's like a faint iron smell in the air. And you
Iron?
sort of look
Oh.
around. Go on.
I was just say iron, just out loud. It was an inside thought, but it came out.
That's fine. That's fine. You see, like, there's like overturned chairs. There's like bits of paper that have been scattered everywhere. Bookcase has kind of been tipped over. And you see like what was once like a little hearth is long been cold. It's been burnt out for a while. Yeah, that's what you see.
Is there any like traces of blood? Any other sign, like any signs of an actual like any attacks or anything? Because it sounds like there's been some sort of like at least a search.
Give me a perception check. Let's see what you can see.
Not that one. That gave me a nat 1 and a 3. Let's use a different dice.
What do your genasi eyes see?
Not much the way things are going at the moment.
I mean, you do have advantage, don't you? Still
I do have advantage, but I don't think I need it because that was a 17.
17. Okay.
Oh,
As you're walking
and I've got
through,
bless for a minute.
Oh, there you go.
So that's a dirty 20 all in all.
30-20. Lovely. So as you walk in, you sort of looking around, you're seeing all this overturned stuff. And as you get to like this table, you see a dagger is stabbed through the center of a table, pinning like a blood-stained map to it.
Oh. Bloody hell. Gang, you might want to... Everything's clear, you can come in now. And then she's going to have a look at the map.
Okay. So as you look at the map, obviously you can read Elvish. You see that it's a hand-drawn map. It's quite detailed. There's a map. It leads the path into the Whisperwoods, further into the sort of elven domain, to a place called Verithil. and you can see like a series of like glyphs that note like along the path, and a few of them have been scratched out violently, and you can see the elven word that says breaching at each one of these points scattered across the map. There's like a breach, a breach, breach, breach. So obviously what they've been tracking is showing something is broken through these safe routes through the forest.
Okay. I'm also going to pocket the dagger.
Okay, so you get a
Straight
nice little elven dagger.
Yeah, I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
Um,
So, and as you're looking over this map, you start to see there's like a symbol that looks like a diamond shape with like elven runes around, and it's kind of, you think it's kind of scribbled across the top, seal of like what this Veilforged seal could look like.
with runes. Yes, so diamond shape with like runes around it, and then it says like
with
seal.
like runes around the outside, and it's got like a pattern in between, like a hexagram pattern in the middle, and you can go, and it's kind of like written across the top, Veilforged seal ? And then you can see like there's faint like claw marks across one edge of the map that cuts off half of it.
Right. Okay.
Does anybody else want to do any searching, or is Tempest, are you looking for anything else, or?
Searching.
I am
for
searching.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, immediately I'm kind of suspicious as to why this has been pinned into a table and left and not taken with whoever clearly found it.
Is it magical? I would probably still have my detect magic up.
The map is not magical, no. Just a
Or the
simple map,
dagger?
hand drawn. The dagger is just a normal dagger.
Have a look. Nice.
Is
Nothing
there,
But it's
about that.
mine.
as I'm looking around, oh yes, it's yours for sure. As I'm looking around, any other magic signatures of magic being
You're
given off by
getting a
anything?
very sort of elven magic-y feel around this place.
Mhm.
That there was probably a summoner here or a mage or something here at one point.
Sure. I'm going to. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, there's lots of books hanging around, like all across, scattered across the floor. There's papers with, stuff written on it. So if any of that you want to have a look at, please, by all means.
I do, but I'm going to first look for any hidden compartments, any sort of maybe hidden floorboards or wall panels, anything like that around the hearth, maybe the loose stones.
Give me an investigation check then, please.
23.
23. Okay. You see that there's a couple of, where the hearth is, it's kind of like a very intricate, sort of very nicely designed fireplace. But you notice there's something that's been kind of twisted. So as you go to touch it and twist it, you hear like a click, and you feel like a little thing drop down, a little trapdoor drop down from the fireplace.
What's this? I'll take a look.
And as you reach your hand in, you feel like a book is in there, like a leather-bound book. And as you pull it out, you feel like this looks very much similar to a journal that Tempest found in the woods.
Look at this. I'll put it down on the table and open it up and start paging through it.
Is it in Elvish? Again.
It would be, yes.
I'll give it a read.
Give it a read. Okay, so as you flick through, the first page reads, "They sent me ahead to mark the path. I warned them the ruins shift. I warned them the veil stirs in Verithil. They don't listen." And then you flick another page. "The scholar was here. His notes lie scattered like dead leaves. He was searching for something tied to the first hunt." You see a very hastily written one that says, "If anyone finds this, do not go deeper. The ruins are not safe. Something stirs beneath."
Right, so this...
Does it say
It's
where the
interesting.
runes are?
Are you flicking through still? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
As you
asking
flick through,
Tempest.
it's you get to another page that's kind of been torn. It says, "We should never have come this deep. The trees whisper, not with the wind, but the voice is long dead. I saw them last night shifting in the mist. figures of twisting flesh and endless hunger. If anyone finds this, turn back. The seal should never be disturbed.
Okay, so it's basically telling us to do the exact opposite as to what we're planning on doing. So it's saying that we shouldn't go deeper. That something about Virathil, which if we look at this map that I found as well, is here. And if you look at this path, there's various logos. It says breach. That says breach. I'm guessing that's a rune, or maybe that is the seal. I mean, this little image here, the diamond thing, that says at the top there, veil forged seal ? So they're trying to figure it out. I think they're basically trying to do the exact same thing we're doing. They clearly have no luck and turn back.
That's because this entire time Fenrir was kind of thinking of like, why is this still here? And I think it kind of clicked for me. He's like, these are places that they've already been. They already know this information, which is why they didn't take it with them.
It's a warning. They're trying to stop us from going further.
But now we know where they're going next.
Do you flick to the end of the book? Are you flicking straight through the whole thing?
I am going. Oh yeah.
Okay.
No page unturned, quite literally.
As you're flicking through, you realise there's a few pages of missing, like they've been ripped out. And then you come to the final entry. It says, I found the scholar. I found signs of the scholar. He left in a hurry. He must have seen what I saw. I followed his path to the seal's remnants, but the ground was wrong. The walls were listening. The dominion's reach has not ended. They dig, but they don't understand. The hunt does not follow them, it waits for them. They are breaching something older than the seal. If anyone finds this, do not go through the ruins. Do not wake what sleeps beneath the earth. If you see amber eyes in the dark, run.
I will just say that. I read it aloud to the room. The eyes that I saw earlier back, were they amber or did you say they were more gold?
Amber.
Oh. Flip.
Well, darkness is moving through the trees. It's probably the same thing.
Elle, do you know of this reference to a scholar? Have you heard of this in any of your studies?
Have I? The scholar? This.
What are you looking for, sorry?
Just that reference.
They named the scholar. Do I know anything about that?
The elven scholar is probably Norrin that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Look, if they are so adamant that this seal not be disturbed, then we must stop the fangs in the king from disturbing it. If that's what they intend to do, to awaken something powerful.
Yeah.
Honestly, it looks like the way is clear.
Agreed. Can you guide us to this location on the map, Tempest?
Yeah, looks, is it clear that where, like, is it clear where we are on the map? And
it would be like the way station's been sort of marked out. You found like a route, and it's like, obviously this is basically, you can tell that elven rangers over time have probably gone like, this is where some sort of weird breach has happened. There's some sort of veil bleed here, avoid this path. And it's kind of been like, they have clearly been working their way back to the ruins for some reason, but they're trying to plot a safe path to do it.
Right. It's I can get us. I can definitely get us to where this map's pointing. The only thing I will say is these breach points, that looks like where this veil has been disturbed, broken, something like that, which is making me assume that all of the weird shit that we've been experiencing in the woods so far is only going to get worse. So we need to keep an eye on each other. Nobody should be going off on their own. We just need to be really careful and keep our wits about us and make sure that we don't let whatever the hell is out there get to us. And it's a lot easier said than done. I'm very aware of that, but this is the time we need to really, really stick together.
If you have a connection to your deities, now would be a good time to call upon their blessings.
I think this is the closest thing I have to a deity, and she points to a spear.
Pray to your gods.
Steal yourselves like there's no gods here. Yeah.
I get the sense that mine is following us.
Good.
She's got her eyes on us, and when needed, she'll be there. I feel it.
I pray that you're right, El.
I pray also. Literally.
Okay.
We're gonna need it.
Looks like
Are you-
we're
We're
going
gonna do
hunting.
Okay. So are you finished with the way station? You're kind of happy. You've searched everything. You've got everything.
Yeah, we'll
Do
take
we want-
that book, that leather-bound book. I'll take it and put it in
Okay.
the pack.
Take that.
Do we think that maybe this is possibly a good place to just make camp?
No,
Look at that
rest.
too.
no, this
Oh,
place
really?
is big, dark energy. We do not want to camp
Hey,
here.
But it's
We don't-
it's not going to get any lighter. I think this is the first time that I've in the past 5 hours that I've not had bloody wolves in my ears.
I feel like we're walking
this one
into
stopped
this similar
Muttering to
situation.
himself.
Yeah. That's true.
Lord, I gotta agree with these other two. I feel like this is the best place to rest up. I don't want to have to deal with the seeing things that aren't there and hearing things that aren't there while we're trying to rest in a camp. It might just send one of us off into the darkness forever. I understand it's a dangerous spot, but
If we're not disrespectful and anything, we should be fine, right, Thor?
I can't guarantee anything here. This is dark magic. But if that's the group's will, then that's the group's will.
I just think
Oh.
that here is quiet and out there is not.
As they're talking, you feel the feather that's been warm this whole time go stone cold.
oh shit. Maybe it's not such a good spot.
Oh no.
Oh,
Why did
my
you change your
feather's
mind?
cold. My feather's cold.
Is that a euphemism for something, or
Sounds like it, but it's
you might
not.
want to talk to somebody.
seek medical help?
My
If
feather
it
just
goes
got
cold
icy.
for 4 hours, you need to go to the hospital.
My feathers got cold.
I'm just letting you guys know. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means at all. That guy gave it to us, to me. It's been warm. Now it's cold.
There's only one thing worse than a cold feather. It's a cold crumpet.
Oh no! I hate
I
a
was going
cold
to say like
crumpet.
a warm spread.
The warm spread.
Spread.
Oh my god!
So, are you planning to
Dare
stay
you,
here for the
Shiv.
night then? Are you going to stay here for the night? Is that what you're planning?
Oh, yes. I think we should. That's my vote.
Yeah. Will
I mean,
Sure.
mechanically, I don't need to do anything. But from a storytelling point of view, and also I know that some others have used spell slots and the like. I don't know if it's just worth.
I mean,
Sure, let's do it. I mean, let's fuck around and find out, is what they say.
Yep.
Hell yeah!
That's
Can
how you get a
all
warm
make
feather again,
perception
right?
Checks for me. Or go give me perception checks, please.
Absolutely. Hell,
15.
15.
Oh,
13.
dirty 20.
18.
Yeah.
Okay, 20. 18. What did you get, Fenric?
13.
13. So those of you with the higher scores, you hear like a rumble in the distance. And then you start to hear what sounds like a tree falling,
Oh.
and then another tree.
Oh, dude.
I'm gonna step to the door and look outside.
You start to see in the distance trees toppling quite quickly.
As if something is knocking them over as it's getting closer to our location.
Yes.
Do we need to go hide in the hatch?
Something's coming.
Shit.
Gather close, everyone. Gather close. I'm going to cast a spell that will protect us. I think. I pray.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Liamon's tiny hut.
Okay.
Let's go.
Go on, tiny hut.
Okay. As you cast that, what else would you like to do as you feel this noise is rumbling towards you quickly?
Can you not see like what it is, or is it just trees at the moment?
Do you want to have a look out the window and see what you can see?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Tiny hut window.
The tiny hut window.
So as you look out and you sort of, your eyes adjust to the darkness outside, the forest quakes in anticipation. The very air begins to thicken with an electric tension. And then you feel the spray of splinters as another tree bursts out and hitting the log cabin. A colossal figure surges through the underbrush. Another tree collapses, and another. The earth itself shakes. You feel part of this cabin start to weaken. You feel like the shadows start to shift and move as this gargantuan silhouette moves with a ferocity and speed that seems unstoppable and unnatural. Finally, with a cataclysmic roar, it emerges from the shadows. Bursting forth from the tree line, a staggering mass of fur and raw power. Monstrous and rippling and shifting through every deliberate breath. At first, prowling on all fours, each step causing the ground to reverberate beneath him. You see as everything dies around wherever this foot treads. Then, rising to his full height of about 14 foot, he reveals himself in all his unnerving grandeur. Too immense, too otherworldly, with the very air around him trembling as if instinctively recoiling from his presence. His fur is thick, wild, and matted with old blood, streaking through him with veins of black corruption that pulse like dying embers beneath his skin. His eyes, a sickly amber, flecked with violet, burn like smouldering coals, filled with something deep than hunger, something old, something wrong. His jaws stretched too wide, his fangs jagged and uneven, exposed even with his mouth is closed. The breath that escapes them is slow and heavy, carrying the stench of decay, of the veil itself, of something long past its time but refusing to die. His monstrous claws are blackened and split, dripping with an inky darkness that smoulders and hisses where it touches. Each twitch of his fingers sends ripples of shadow skittering across the ground, and tendrils of veil-born energy writhing in and out of existence around him. He lifts his head and unleashes a mighty howl that does not belong in this world. It reverberates in your bones, rips through the air like a tear in reality itself, dragging the shadows closer, feeding the hunger that's consumed him for over a decade. The Wolf King has come. And that is where we'll end the episode.
Oh, shit. We're just going to get right into it, huh? Oh, God. All right. Well, Shiv, thank you so much.
Looking for its prey.
I guess so. And to be fair, the tiny hut takes 10 minutes to cast. So it's not like...
What?
It's not automatic. It's a ritual spell. So
we need to go hide then.
Thord is like trying to cast this spell as this is all happening.
Expedite
that
the
entire
process.
interaction took 10 minutes. We were just like...
It'll be here in 10 minutes. Don't worry.
It'll be fine.
All right. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Shiv. Thanks, everybody, for coming back. And I'm glad we're reviving this game figure out if we can bring it to a satisfactory resolution. We'll see. There'll be a resolution either way, I think. Yep. Evil genius. Let's quick go around the table and say goodbyes. Let's start with Shelly.
Hey, Shelly here. Flea Monkey on the internet, and hey, it's Flea Monkey on Threads and Instagram. I am so psyched to come back next week and see how this is gonna go. Also, I'm super psyched we're doing this again. Shiv, thanks for a super dope experience once again.
Thank you.
And everyone else too. Yeah, you guys are all great.
And the rest of us. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
Other
you,
side note.
Shelly. Thanks for including us. Let's jump over to Ian.
Hey everybody, I'm Ian, or your boy Big on all social media. Yeah, we're back and it's on fire already. Yeah, definitely be here next week. If you want to know what I'm doing next, just pick a social media, find me, and you'll see what I'm doing. That's it. Honestly, I'm still thinking about the Wolf King coming out in episode 1. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Game on next week for sure. All right, thank you, Ian. Let's jump over to Tony.
Hi, I'm Tony, and I'm scared. And I've been playing Tempest, the monk, Edge Genasi, who's also scared. And I'm very happy to be back. I'm very glad. It feels like, this. Just buzzing, mate. Yeah, and you can find me on the various socials as just kind of Tony Shaw. And there's if the profile picture's got my face on it, it's probably me. I do this all the time.
Tony shook. Tony shook.
I don't know how to do
You're doing great, Tony. You're doing great. Keep going.
Thanks. Yeah, you can find me on like Instagram. God knows why I'm still there, but I am on Twitter. But also like Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, all the fun ones. So yes, and also make sure you come back next week to see us all get killed by the Wolf King.
I think we can take him. Shiv, I'm gonna kick it over to you, buddy. Thanks again for running this, man.
That's okay. I'm glad. I hope everyone enjoyed it. It was a nice little first episode to get everyone warmed up. But yes, I'm Shiv. I've been your humble GM for today, and you can find me everywhere at IOShiv across all the social medias, and we'll be back next week to see. I mean, he could just be there for a chat. He might just be like, "Oh, I've stumbled across this place as you guys did." So who knows? Let's see what happens. Yep. Yeah,
it might be a different
trumpets here.
Yeah, it might not even be that guy. It might be a completely different guy. You just don't know.
Soggy.
He's got a soggy crumpet. Yeah.
Put like a moist trumpet.
Man. It's like a terrible game that people play.
I know. It really is. All right. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Thanks for participating in the chat and just being here. We appreciate seeing our friends in the chat saying hi. So thank you so much for that support. If you like what we're doing, consider following the channel. We are going to go ahead and raid into Mayday roleplay. So stick around for a couple minutes here while we get that set up. Give them some good old-fashioned Guild Superior love. And we will see you later today for part 4 of our Scum and Villainy game. Yeah. And then we'll be back here on Tuesday with some Call of Cthulhu. We got all kinds of shit going on around here. And then we'll be back, as Tony alluded to, next week with more Tales from the Whisperwood. We'll see you next time, everybody.